Now, I've already discussed the beef between Eddie Hearn and Leonard Ellaby in a previous video, guys, so if you haven't seen that video, you should watch it after this video. Now, one of Leonard Ellaby's points was Eddie Hearn hasn't appealed to the US market, American boxing fans, and that he struggled to put on good fight cards and that DAZN isn't doing too well. Is Eddie Hearn milking the boxing public by putting on Dereck Chisora versus Pulev? Now, Pulev beat Dereck Chisora many years ago. I didn't see the fight, so I'm not going to really try to talk about how we don't need to see it again and the fight was competitive and Pulev won it convincingly and so on and so forth, because I haven't seen the fight. However, I've seen Pulev fight in a triangular ring. I think it's called Triad Combat, and it was on Triller, and Pulev really hurt the guy. So this is a guy who clearly has power, and they do say that power is one of the last things to go. However, Pulev didn't look particularly impressive in his fight against Anthony Joshua. He wasn't really able to get anything off against AJ. He didn't really have any success. AJ really blitzed him. Yet he is returned to the ring and he's going to headline the main event against Dereck Chisora. Dereck Chisora has regressed tremendously in my opinion as well. I don't think this is the same Dereck Chisora who was competitive against Dillian Whyte. I feel like Dereck Chisora has taken some punishment. He's been in a lot of wars and he's really just fighting for the paychecks. And I'm not going to criticize him. Everyone needs to get paid. But this would be a good co-main event in my opinion, but not as the main event, as a headliner for a card. I'm assuming Eddie Hearn is going to try stack the undercard with a lot of good fighters to kind of compensate for the main event, because I don't really think people are too interested in seeing this fight. I mean, guys outside of England, how many people outside of England are really interested in this fight? To be fair to Dereck Chisora, he always brings it. That's why they call him Dereck War Chisora. He tries to put it on his opponents and make every fight competitive. And he is an exciting person to watch just because he's so aggressive, Dereck Chisora. He really is relentless with his pressure. However, I feel like he's slowed down. He just doesn't quite have the same speed. His punch resistance is going to go down because he's been knocked out. He's much more easier to hit. He's not very elusive. And to be honest, I'm disappointed. I'm not one of those people you'll often see complain about fight cards and say that big fights don't happen in boxing, because they do. That is not true. You often see a lot of boxing fans complain or say, oh, the big fights aren't happening in boxing, the UFC is so much better, and they almost sound like UFC fanboys, you would say, borderline UFC fanboys. They're so critical of boxing, yet they're so quick to praise UFC, even though I feel like boxing does certain things better than UFC, and UFC do certain things better than boxing. However, this is definitely not a fight I would like to see. They still are good fights in boxing. Errol Spence looks like he's going to fight Terence Crawford. We just seen Devin Haney be crowned undisputed at 135 pounds. We've seen Jermell Charlo be crowned undisputed at 154 pounds. Usyk was undisputed not long ago. Canelo was undisputed at super middleweight. So there's been many good fights, Bivol, Canelo. So I'm not going to pretend like boxing isn't producing and that. Look at the quality of fights boxing is putting on. No, boxing is putting on great fights. The Wilder Fury 3 fight was a great fight. The Joshua Usyk fight was a great fight. There's definitely more positives than negatives. However, I feel like in this instance, this is not a great fight. I'm not too up for it. I don't know if I'm going to watch the fight. I might. I'm not going to really do a keys to victory for this fight. I don't think I'll do one, but we'll see. I'll probably do a post-fight reaction if I watch the fight, but, it is what it is. I might not catch the fight and I might not do a post-fight reaction. So just a quick video, guys. Are you guys excited about this Kubrat Pulev Dereck Chisora fight? Are you disappointed? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Alright, peace.